So today's topic is looking at life differently, right? So how we see life normally, I mean, every human being is operating from some sense of that I am this, my name is this. For example, my name is Pooja Karan, right? The moment I born, all the few minutes I was free, like from the identity, from the name, from the caste, from the color, from which community I am born. But once they define my name, and when I have this sense of self that I'm Pooja and this is my toy, this is my pen, this is my pencil, this is my dress. So when this ego came into picture, I, me, mine, I must have, I must have to follow this. Yeah. So those kind of things, when it started happening, so I developed a sense of self, which is not the real self, not the true self. So initially they say when a child is born and the child is at times touch their toe to their mouth and child is smiling. So they say that the child is having the darshan of divine and he or she is in that consciousness. But the moment we start identifying with I, me, mine, and my home, my this thing, so that's a sense of separation from that divine world and the sense of separation from other living beings, other human beings. And this sense of separation also create sometimes lack, sometimes that's your false self, which is, I mean, from an operational purpose, it's okay. You might be holding some degrees, you might be a CEO of company, you might be having one house, two house, or two, three vehicles, or whatever it is, right? But is it really you? I mean, the point is that whatever we identified with, what we identified with our thoughts, our emotions, our belief system, our conditioning, whatever happened in past, all that is in our memory, all that is in our consciousness. So if we are just identifying with that thing and we are comparing with other people in our neighborhood, in our society, so how this is creating a urge of having more and more and more in ourselves, right? So wherever you are, let's say with few people, you see they are always on a go. Constantly they are like rushing, and they are not enjoying everything, whatever they have. For example, I got a good degree. Maybe I completed my master's or BTech or something. Then next thing, right? Then I joined a corporate house or any other field. I became an MBBS doctor, or now I need to do next level. So that's okay. I mean, the desires are good. But if we are constantly on the go and we are never satisfied with whatever we have in our family, whatever we have wealth wise, whatever we have, I mean, in terms of people, in terms of resources, in terms of all the facilities, amenities, if we are never relaxed, never enjoying whatever we have in our life, and we always, I mean, you reach here and you're next level, but you really enjoy those things also. If you are content with whatever you have in your family, in your relationship, in your money area, in your health area, first of all, we need to have the acceptance of. And when we are not enjoying those things and we are constantly on the go, it creates a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, it creates a lot of conflicts. If you see the how the ego is playing the game in everything, ego is never satisfied. Most of the thoughts you see, I mean, people who are struggling with money area, people who are struggling with health area, people who are struggling with something, that is okay. I mean, that's the basic necessity. You need a shelter, you need a home, you need to have family relationships, you need to have kids and everything. But what about the people who are really reached at a level and still they are suffering, still they are always worried, they are dealing with stress, anxiety, and a lot of health issues. So, what's the reason of that? The reason of that, always wanting more. You are not satisfied with whatever you have, and you are always trying to have more money, more. I mean, maybe at times people are not satisfied even with their wife or husband. They want more in that area also. Even my cupboards are full. I mean, whatever the clothes I have, I'm not even using all those things, but I want more kind of like branded clothes and this and that, right? Whatever the things I have at my home, in my kitchen, in my fridge, or maybe some furniture, right? So no, not this kind of furniture. The furniture will come from Dubai and that kind of furniture. So I mean, are you at rest at point of time? I mean, when you have your basic things met or whatever. So what is the definition of I mean, what you really want? How many of us really know that what is our real requirement? If you are mindlessly rushing after having more, being more, right? You always want to add something to yourself, not from the state of I really require that. It's just a feeling of lack. I'm lacking something and I want to add more degrees, more thing, more. So, and it's a bottomless pit. So I'm giving you a story. There was a beggar in one of the era older days, and so the king of that place, the beggar really said this thing: if somebody can satisfy me, I can think that he is a king. Otherwise, he is a beggar. Beggar give this kind of statement, right? So now that was a big blow to the ego of king, right? And now the king said, why this useless beggar is making this kind of statement? Let me fill whatever he wants, give him. So the beggar was having food, clothes, and different kind of diamonds and different kind of materialistic things. Now the beggar is having a house also. Now the beggar is having all kind of amenities, facilities, the horses also, the cows also. So whatever the riches, I mean, a person required to live a happy and peaceful life, the beggar is now filled with that. But still he was not satisfied. He was still begging. Yeah. So it was a bottomless pit. Even if you put anything, put food, so I mean, right now, if the people who are in like 30, 40s, how many times we have gone to different restaurants, different kind of cuisines, different kind of, but we are never satisfied. It's a bottomless pit. We always crave for more. The more we try, the more we want, and more, and it's never ending, right? Still we have so many desires to have, I mean, travel. You might be travel to different countries, and still you are having more and more desire to, it's not gonna satisfy. Even if in this lifetime you want to roam around the world, and still you will not be able to cover the whole earth, all the countries, right? So apart from that, whatever the money we have in our bank account, even if we have like 5 crores, 10 crores. So the people who are having more, they want more. So there is nothing good or bad about it. There is nothing wrong about it to expand, because your soul wants expansion and growth. Yeah. So it's a desire of soul to expand. If you are at a level of contributing to society, you want to contribute, you want to serve people. Yeah. If you are in your field, whatever the field you are, you always want to reach at a higher level, which is okay. But my question is, are we really content and satisfied with whatever we have? Or we are driving from a feeling of lack, that I'm missing something, I'm lacking something, and I need to fill that. And even if initially we think, okay, I will complete my education and now I will get a good job. Okay. So once you get a good job, now you want different kind of promotion, different kind of hikes, and now you want to buy a property. Okay, you bought a property, you bought two properties, maybe one is in hills, maybe one is in another country, and now, oh, BMW, the neighborhood, the people, they bought the Mercedes, they bought BMW. So now the wife or husband, they are in, okay. So the ego always want to look different, maybe at a level of that above other, whosoever in your surrounding, you want to reach at a level of beyond. You are not satisfied with the kind of thing other people have and you also have. You always want to have different, look different, more knowledgeable, more at a level of status and materialistic things, more at a level of maybe at times parents also drive this and they want their kids, whatever they are not able to fulfill. If they wanted to be an IITian or scientist or a doctor, so they force their kid also in that role. Yeah. So right now you see the ego is at play. So all the sufferings coming from desires, and if the desires getting fulfilled, you are happy. If the people behave the way you want, you are happy. If the people are not behaving the way, we are unhappy. And if things happen according to us, we are happy. If the things not happening according to us, we are unhappy. So if you see a cycle, in our childhood, if our pencil box or our tiffin or our favorite book or our favorite comic, that is not we are able to find, so we became like very much tense. If we lost our toy, we feel miserable, we were suffering. And now the objects changed. Yeah, now the object is maybe your car, maybe your apartment, maybe if you are living in an apartment, it's a house, a villa near sea, whatever it is. So now the objects are different. Maybe the love is for that matter. If your wife, even if she is not feeling loved, but you are mine, you can't even look at other person, right? And if you look at other person, I will remove your eyes. Some people are in that ego also. I mean, they are not providing the love and care and whatever needing for a relationship. And the position is like, you are mine. You can't even talk to someone. You can't even look good in front of other people. You can't even showcase your knowledge or your talent. You are, even if your wife is talented and she is growing at career, the ego, the problem is not with men or women. Both are having different kind of talents and both are having different kind of skills and knowledge. But if your wife is ahead of you, she got promoted twice, maybe she is visiting to different countries, the male ego will be like, how she can be. Yeah, or the family members are, give her a lot many responsibility, वो बहुत उड़ रही है या बहुत ऐसा हो रहा है, she will आपके हाथ से बाहर निकल जाएगी, something like that. Yeah. So this is like ego at play. And even if at times the wife is at home and the husband is doing only his duty and he's very nice, very caring, but still you will figure out. I mean, if the husband is working like 15 hours, maybe 10 hours in an office, and even if he's getting late from normal schedule, now your ego, कोई और तो नहीं है life में, कुछ और तो नहीं चल रहा है. So all the doubt, all the miseries, all the complaints, all the fear, all the stress, anxiety is coming from ego. Yeah. So our topic is looking at life differently. So how we can, so everybody is having ego, and ego is having two kinds of ego. One is super ego and one is the victimhood. So when you are feeling miserable, always suffered, always not good enough. Not good enough is always coming from the feeling of lack, coming from the feeling of this ego, which is always keeping you in trap, that you are small, you are not good enough, you are this, nobody loves you. Or ego come in terms of feelings, emotions also. So everybody wants to feel connected. Everybody wants to feel that people give attention to that person. We all want attention in different ways. We all want that kind of pat on back. Yeah, wow, you really did good. Yeah, we all want that kind of, we want freedom also, and we want consistency also. We want security and safety also. We want adventure and aliveness also. We want kind of always, so there is always a sense of we are not safe, we are not secure, if that is driving us. So by the way, even if you have seen in past people having huge kind of bungalow, or the walls were too thick, or the haveli kind of thing, right? So they have so many servants, the Raja Maharaja, and they have so many wives also. So are they satisfied with all those things? Even if they have huge money, they were not satisfied. They were always trying to have more. I mean, in terms of land, in terms of power, in terms of the power also coming from this ego. I need to control things. I need to control the situation. I need to control my husband, my kids, everything in my office. If the thing's in my control, it means I'm winning. If the thing, something is happening which is not in my control, it means I'm losing. Yeah. So the point is that even if you have huge walls or maybe huge security, still you are not safe. Even if you have a man beside you, I mean, somebody, your partner, your husband, your friend, whosoever is standing with you. But when that kind of thought or emotion comes, even if you are surrounded with people, still you can feel insecure, unsafe, lonely. So what is this? This is our thoughts, our emotions, our feeling is generating that kind of emotions. And that is based on the past perception, whatever happened in our past, maybe in childhood, maybe in adulthood. So we are carrying our past, and we are thinking those thoughts, those emotions, those memories are like real. And we are operating from that. And today we are not living in present moment, and we are making our life miserable. Because we always compare from past. Whenever we want to decide something, the past impressions or past thoughts or emotions or feelings coming into picture. And when we are moving towards future, or even if at times we are not even taking actions, we are just thinking and worrying about future. Oh, now this happened with Sharma ji. Okay, she send her kids to on site, and now they are not coming back. Parents were lonely, so I will not send my kids. How you can predict future? We are so scared in that everything we are always want to have the safe and secure, the control over everything. And the moment small thing, maybe, I mean, our kids are not ours. Like if you see in species like even sparrows, even any kind of loins and all the animals, they raise their kids, they groom, they provide all the necessary skill to survive and thrive, and they part their ways. They free their kids to have their own life. They really want them to explore, want them to nurture. They give all kind of training to them. But now we have this ego playing that our kids should be like this. Whatever the way we think it's right, it's good, we want our kids also. So that is also kind of possession. So the possessiveness is also coming from ego. And Khalil Gibran says that your kids are not yours, right? They are the creation of divine. They are the creation of God. You do your duty and just leave them to grow and learn and to experience life. But the attachment we have from everything, maybe we are attached to our furniture, maybe we are attached to how a fridge in our kitchen should look like, how the interior should look like. If small thing is missing, at times cause pain and suffering. If the food is not, आप किसी चीज में काली मिर्च कम खाते हैं, ज्यादा खाते हैं, and if the maid cooked in a different manner, you become so much. So, I mean, that's the ego at play. That's not you. Actual you is Satchitananda. actual you is beyond all these identifications, beyond all these reactions, beyond all these feelings and thoughts, and all this kind of the constant chatter going at in your head, right? So whenever we are associating with our thoughts, with our emotions, with our feelings, with our reaction, and we are making it as a real, like this is real. And in families also, what's happening? 5 people, maybe kids, maybe husband, wife, elderly people, 5 or 6 people having different point of views. But one person thinks the all the family should move around the way I think, the way I want them to speak, the way I want them to behave. Maybe 1 or 2 people in family you always see, and we always want. Kids want mama papa should understand us. Yeah. Parents wants kids should understand us, kids should follow us. Elderly people wants the couple, the young couple should follow how we were like in our time, and now the situation is different. The work life is different, priorities change. Both husband and wife are working, so they are not able to serve the elderly people as I mean somebody who's housewife. So even if they are having maids and everything, so the elderly people are not satisfied at times because वो गरम गरम फुल्का नहीं मिल रहा है. So is this something वो गरम फुल्का आप एक इंसान की peace of mind से ज्यादा important है? No. But here also the ego at play. Everywhere in relationship, wherever the ego is play, it's creating a lot of drama. It's creating a lot of emotional charge. It's creating a lot of reaction, right? So we need to just catch that. Am I operating from my mood, thoughts, feeling, emotions? Am I centered right now? Am I aware of what I'm talking or what I'm doing? Even if we are not even listening to others, and we are not even listening to ourselves. First of all, if you are in constant chatter, and if you don't have time to still in silence, you don't have time to observe your thoughts, observe what's going on. At times we are so busy in morning, we are waking up, maybe we are doing something for our health, we are rushing to office. And whenever at times people reach, their kids are also sleeping, they don't have time to talk to their own people, and they are making stories in their heads, and the other family members are also making stories in their heads. So we are operating from those stories, those judgment, those evaluations, right? And we are looking from those eyes, those lenses. And this is all the false thing going on, which is not even true. And at times people bring so much of barrier, and they are not speaking with their family members 10 years, 15 years, and it's a huge gap. And at the end of their life, they regret that, okay, I created this huge wall, and I was miserable. I was suffering my entire life. What if that I might have said sorry or communicated or resolved this conflict, and I'm having this conflict because I have that kind of ego. How somebody can say this to me? How can somebody speak like this? Yeah. And this ego is so big that the partition happens, India, Pakistan, or other countries, how we are fighting on the world level. And in the home also, the property matters, the divorce matters. I mean, where is the love, by the way? If you are yourself is not experiencing peace, if you are not experiencing any kind of satisfaction or not being content with your own self, and we are looking from outside, like a beggar, it's a bottomless pit. If somebody is getting married, so she has a lot of expectation, and the person is also having, and both are empty. Both are with having a lot of desires, a lot of expectation, but nobody wants to give. These days, nobody wants to give in relationship. Everybody wants to take, and the person is already depleted in energy. The person is assuming the girl will come and she will make my life happy and heavenly. And the girl is also coming, I'm suffering here. When I got a good husband, my life will change. So, I mean, the source of dissatisfaction, because we are always aligning our happiness, our satisfaction, who we are from outside. We are always want to fill ourselves from outside sources, which few things are in our control and few things are not in our control. And even if somebody is loving and caring, 24/7, the person can't behave as per your expectation. Yeah, the situation will not like that. Other interference also come. And now you start doubting, okay, he's not listening to me. She's not listening to me. She's behaving like this. She's showing tantrum. She is not speaking to me. So rather understanding what's happening, wherever is ego at play, we lose that love or relationship, or there is a huge gap. So basically, the ego is not bad. As per the Sigmund Freud, and who's, I mean, there are so many psychologists given different kind of concepts about ego. So one is like id, ego, and superego. Id is your child. Yeah. So like a child always wants to eat something, enjoy something. That's a pleasure principle, right? So we need pleasure also. It's not like we are always doing hard work. So it's like a reward. Like if you did a lot of hard work, you want to relax, you want to enjoy your food, you want to give yourself treat. That's okay. But if you are always seeking pleasure, if you're always seeking pleasure from environment and you are not being centered in yourself, you are not behaving like as per your age. At times you see the people in their 40s 50s also behave like a kid. They always just think about themselves, what makes me happy, what makes me feel good, and they have nothing to do with others. So if you're behaving like a kid all the time, this will not serve, right? But yes, you can pamper your kid, and that's required. That's called self-love also. At times you didn't get that kind of attention or love or care from your elderly people. Maybe you did a lot of work, but your teacher never appreciated you, and you have this block in your mind that and I'm telling you a story. One of my client, her mom was always saying to her that you are so careless and you will lose the money. You will not able to take care of your belongingness. So she went on a trip, and mom given some money for like whatever the requirement and other things, some shopping and also, and she was putting all that money in pocket. And something happened situationally. Somebody really stolen that money, and the girl is having that kind of thought, that kind of belief in her head. I'm careless. I can't take care of anything. And now she is doing her business. She is operating from that thought, that conditioning which mom 1,000 times put in her head. You are so careless, you can't take care of money. You are so careless, you can't take care of things. You are so careless, you can't take care of your belongings. She's a learned person and she's very good at her, but she's not able to make money. It's coming from that thought, that emotion that is instilled, and in a similar way. And when we remove that block, she is now expanding in her business, in her career. So we need to see that how the false identification we picked from our parents, we picked from our society. Maybe if somebody is not so good in studies, right? So the mom is saying, तो बहुत नालायक है, कुछ पढ़ता ही नहीं है, कुछ करता ही नहीं है, I don't know. Mom is saying to neighbors, mom is saying to friends, and the intention is good. She's just sharing, right? But how our word is creating the world. Now those neighbors also know, okay, ये बच्चा ना बहुत ही नालायक है, इनका कुछ नहीं करता है. Now all the relatives knows. In relatives also that kid is nalayak, idiot, bewkoof, whatever, right? And in all the surrounding, whosoever in surrounding, 400-500 people always giving that blessing to that kid, that you are not a good son, you are not a good student, you are good for nothing. Yeah. And those kind of thoughts and beliefs, it's truth. No, even if maybe circumstantially the kid was not able to understand the subject, or maybe something happening in school, maybe bullying happening, maybe the kid was not feeling loved or not being understood, or whatever the reason. Yeah, the kid was not, and everybody is not having the same kind of, few kids are really academically good and few are differently able in different kind of talents, maybe sports, maybe music, maybe arts, maybe some other thing. Yeah, you can't assume the quality of a human being just because of, I mean, some marks or some labels. So, I mean, now the kid is labeled with, and the whole life, the kid is trying to prove to parents that I'm good enough, I'm smart enough. And now he became very hardworking, even if he achieved success. But he is still not able to satisfy his parents. He is still in his own world, in his own thoughts, in his own minds, a stupid idiot, Beowulf who can't really. So, I mean, so we are not these labels which is really put it by our parents or our society or by ourselves. At times when we are weak, when we are dealing with something, if somebody said something to us, we really believe. At times we believe what astrologers said. At times we really, so all these kind of labels, all this kind of what other people said, whatever the reaction. So we always in reflex mode. I mean, all people are having different kind of beliefs and opinion and different wounds also. Some experience happened, it's a scar on your psyche, and now you are operating from that trauma, that wound, and we are thinking that is really truth about us, and that's who we are. And now to really survive, and even if the situation has changed, even if those people gone out of your life, but those people are sitting in your head still. Even if you change your place, you change your city, change your country, the memories, the thoughts, the emotion, your fall self at play. And even if somebody said something in that country to you, those emotions, thoughts, and feeling got triggered, and you're behaving unconsciously. Yeah. So there is a saying of Prema that you can't escape from any experiences until and unless what life wants to teach you, you learn and grow. You will be getting experiences and people and situation of in different shape, different size, different forms, because the life is having so much of patience. The divine is having so much of patience. Real work we need to do within ourselves. Like we can't put the whole earth with carpet. We need to wear shoes, comfortable shoes, so that we can walk comfortably. So we can't change other people. We can't change their point of views. We can't change the whole world. Yeah, we just need to have this understanding. Even if at times doctor says something and the patient is holding that kind of assumption, and maybe the tests were not good, maybe something happened, and we if we hold that thought in our head and start manifesting in our body. And few people who are just centered and they even denied, okay, these kind of symptoms coming, but I know my power, I know the power of my soul, I know my strength, and I can heal. And people heal their cancer also, people heal their tumor also, people healed, I mean, all kind of disease. I mean, the doctor says that brain surgery will happen or their spine surgery will happen, and I mean they are able to heal themselves. So it's all in our head, it's all in our emotions, it's all the body is carrying a lot of emotions. The body is like, you are, when you were growing, you were really registering all kind of whatever is happening in your environment. So the environment influence a lot, people in your surrounding influence you a lot, your genes, your heredity. But beyond that, you are not victim, and you are not this super ego which is always trying to control everything, trying to control all the situation, trying to control all the people. You are beyond all this, right? I'm telling you another story where yeah, the story is a disciple of Jaradrushtra. So Jaradrushtra is a saint of his time, and somebody visited the place along with his one of the disciple, and he was suffering a lot with the problems of life, situation of life, and a lot of things happen in his life. So now he wanted to have some solution. So Jaradrushtra given him some seeds of some maybe the seeds was, I think it was a wheat seed, yeah, some grains. So he was not able to understand anything. now again, he went to so many temples, he went to so many saints, and then he came back frustrated. He was not able to handle his life and he was so frustrated. And again, when he visited Jaradhrushtra, he gave him again the seeds. So now he was asking from his disciples, what is the meaning of it? I'm not getting it. So their disciples said that, see, the seed is looking very tiny, very small, and seed can, grow in a plant. Yeah, the seed can give you so many other seeds also. It has a huge potential, but if you are limited in your thoughts and limited in your mind, you can't see the potential of that seed. So somewhere we are also, in a nutshell, we have so many limitation which is imposed by our education system, our society, our upbringing, our parents, and whosoever was in we were in contact with, or maybe some situation happens, but we are not seeing that seed that is having infinite huge potential. The seed is having the infinite possibilities beyond this, whatever we assume us, whatever we see as a person, as a body, with limited mind, with limited knowledge, whatever, however we are perceiving ourselves. So now you are the seed, and if you believe in the consciousness, the awareness, that is far, far beyond whatever you are assuming based on what people said to you, what we said to ourselves, with all due respect of whatever the situation we are in. But if we believe in the potential of that seed, we can move beyond, and we always need to catch ourselves. Are we operating from our thoughts, emotion, feeling? This ego is at play, or we are operating from the silence, the consciousness? Are we being alert and aware? Are we just very spontaneous and giving this reaction, or we are being mindful? So for that, we need to definitely do some practice. We have all the koshas in our body, Annamay kosh, Pranamay kosh, Manomay kosh. So we need to take care of our emotional health. We need to take care of mental health, physical health. We need to take care of our diet. We need to take care of our flow of Pran Shakti. So there are different ways. Maybe you can do dance, maybe you can meditate, maybe you can go in nature, maybe you can rewire yourself moving away. Maybe you can take a 10 days break to just be with yourself. Remove all the gadgets, in a year, everybody need that space to really be, really experience in spite of whatever is happening. So you need to take some time out with yourself, or maybe on the daily basis, you need to have some half an hour or something to just really reflect, just sit with yourself. So don't get bogged down with these thoughts. These thoughts are like constant. It will always make you anxious or rushing, or maybe even if the people who achieved a lot, so they are in graveyards. Nobody is remembering them now. But the most important is how you lived your life. We need to make a really, really clear thing. What is our real need and what is the greed, right? So there is no end to greed. But yeah, if to make a peaceful, happy, healthy life, you can have your good life with a certain kind of requirement in materialistic area, in health area, in wellness area, and that's required a balance. And balance will also not always. So life is uncertain, and we want to, whatsoever we are doing, we need to see that this is the truth. Even if we are feeling safe, so maybe your partner is good, next day the partner is not, he is no more or she is no more. Anything can happen to us. We are thinking that our life is like 500 years, and we are not really living every day. Every day is a blessing. We are waking up every day. We don't know that next moment we are here or not. And we are putting so much of pressure in our head to really achieve somewhere. We are not happy with who we are. We are happy with how we should be. It's always in our mind since childhood. If I become that, if I reach that, if I look like that, if I be like him or be like her, if I achieve the things like Ambani, or if I achieve the things like, I mean, whosoever is your ideal, then you become perfect. And still, you will not be perfect. Till your last breath, you will never be perfect, right? So give up this idea of perfection, and just be happy, be fulfilled. So today, you stand in front of mirror and accept yourself, who you are. Actually, embrace yourself, hug yourself, and you need to really clear what actually we require. Is it we are just seeing in movies or medias coming from there? Is it really we are just comparing ourselves from our neighbors? It's coming from there. Is it really our requirement or not? And we are just out of compulsion, we are shopping, out of compulsion, we are doing something, out of compulsion, we are mindlessly uh, after something, and we are not enjoying what we have, the beautiful relationship, the beautiful health, and our whatever the resources we have. So I'm giving you one technique. It's a Zen yoga technique. It's a drift watching. So we will practice this. So right now, we will close our eyes and we will see where our mind is wandering. So our mind wanders whenever we try to focus on one thing, it goes to another thing, it goes to another thing. So we need not to resist it. We will sit in silence and we just watch. We will not try to control our thoughts. We will not try to control our emotions. We will not try to, I mean, even if some sensation is happening in our body, we will just allow, we will just watch. You are watching like you are here as a light and you're seeing yourself. You're watching your mind, you're watching your thoughts, and you're looking at. So take a long deep breath, relax yourself. So people who are feeling a little stiffness in body, they can take a long breath like it will give a lot of energy in your lungs area. 4-5 times you can do like this also. Inhale from your belly. Watch your breath. Take a long deep breath. It's going till your belly. It's nourishing your body. Now we are focusing on our heart, how this Pran Shakti is healing our heart, and we are watching our brain, we are watching our thoughts now in the light of awareness, in the light of consciousness. So watch all kind of sensation happening in your body, whatever the thoughts are coming. We are looking at our brain, we are looking at our thoughts, emotions, feelings. We are just watching. Allow your attention or your mind to wander and don't resist it. Just watch it where it's taking you. Put this question inside what you really want. What is your real desire? By achieving all what we really want. Now ask why, where this need is coming from. What will be the ultimate result if all my needs and wants will be satisfied? What will I get? If you're not experiencing any thoughts, just observe your breath, observe your body. Any kind of emotions, any kind of heaviness, any kind of pain, let it go. Scan your body head to toe. Take a long deep breath. Feel a lot of Pran Shakti. Do you have any thoughts about any anything about your skin color, your size, your weight, your appearance, your hairs or something. Do you have any labels about you? This is not real you. So you are not this body, you are not this mind, you are not this conditioning, you are not these labels. So let it go. If someone said something to you, or you feel something about yourself, whatever the judgments you are carrying, maybe fat or tall or short or dark or not healthy. So these are just our thoughts and emotions. You are unique, you are beautiful, you are divine child, you are that soul in this body, and your body is existing due to that divine soul. So embrace that. And divine is always standing with you like Krishna. We are not seeing, we are not listening to that divine, which is in our heart, which is the center of our being. So, whenever any kind of conflict or suffering or fear or lack is coming, we need to see that we are moving away from our center. And when we are relaxed and peaceful and content, we are situated in our own being, we are centered. So, whatever the situations going on in your life, that's a drama, that's a play. Maybe how we are perceiving those things, it's not even reality. It's our perception. It's not the actual reality we are seeing. Maybe there are some learning and lesson and something we need to learn and grow. So we are allowing everything to happen and everything is working for our highest. So we need not to resist anything. So we are removing all the labels, all the thoughts, all the beliefs which is not serving us. We are releasing from all our organs, from our spine, from our brain. In every direction, we are releasing like a dark cloud and it's getting released from our body. You can sense the heat, you can sense all kind of friction and conflict. Now it's getting released. And now we are inhaling peace. We are inhaling love and joy. We are inhaling all the divine particles with our prana. That Chaitanya Shakti is always flowing, always working in nature. Due to that Chaitanya Shakti, all the plants, all the animals, everything is vibrant. We are putting the seed and it's growing like a plant, a big tree. So in similar ways, we know that how we were in childhood, how we were young, how we are now in adult. So who is seeing all the stages? Who is seeing all the stages of you? As a kid, as a young person, as an adult. The watcher is you, the consciousness is you. You are not these thoughts. You are not this mindless chatter. Our mind is always working for survival, but you are not your thoughts, emotions, feeling, and whatever your mind is creating for you. You are not your conditioning and beliefs. So we are releasing all our conditioning, beliefs, label, all our programming which is not serving us. And now we are taking a deep breath and we are inhaling Lot of Pran Shakti. It's healing our mind and body. It's regenerating us. And we know that we are bliss. We are pure potential. We are conscious. We are love, peace, joy, harmony. Now we can see clearly, we can see things as they are without any meaning or interpretation of us. We can perceive the world as it is without being influenced with our past or without being worried about future. So we will try to enjoy all the moments. Next moment is a new moment. It's always new, it's always fresh. We need not to make it clouded with our past or future anxiety. We try to be present, fully present. And for most of people, the main aim is being peaceful, being healthy, being happy, being joyful. And all these are inside qualities. This is already you. We just clouded with a lot of thoughts. So we are holding our both of the hands, hugging ourselves, giving ourselves pat on the back, putting our hand on our heart, and we are promising ourselves that we will not get influenced by society, by media, by what other people say, by doing the people pleasing or just trying to fitting in this world. We are at times operating mindlessly, not being conscious, not being aware. So we are releasing all of this from our heart. We are releasing all the pain, all the guilt, all the shame. We are releasing all the frustration. We are releasing all the pile of emotions we have. Wherever we are in conflict, wherever we are resisting the flow of life, wherever we are not trusting the divine is taking care of us in every single second and minute. We are releasing all the hurt. Who is hurt? Ego is getting hurt. You can never be hurt. Who is forgiving to whom? You can't even forgive yourself. You can't even forgive others. You can't even do anything. It's all your ego says, oh, I'm superior. I have forgiven them. However, the way they are. So whatever the on the name of being spiritual, on the name of being knowledgeable, on the name of being superior, on the name of CEO of a company and this identity, so and so. I mean, everybody should clap for me, everybody should accept me, everybody should acknowledge me, all of this thing. So all the pain and suffering coming from where we have too much of attachment, too much of expectation from other people in situation. And if that's not happening, we are miserable. So we will notice today how many times in a day we are making ourselves miserable, how many times we are feeling hurt. So your soul cannot be hurt. Your soul have nothing, like nothing to hold. So whatever we are holding in our heart, we are releasing it. And our soul quality is giving, kindness, compassion, love, joy, peace, harmony, anand. So our all the actions, our all the things, now we will listen to our soul and we will decide accordingly. Yeah. So now rub your both of the hands. Put it on your eyes. Put your both of the hands on your brain. Put your both of the hands on your heart, on your belly area, the solar plexus. This is also our small brain. So we are so infinite being and we are full of love and potential. So whatever makes you peaceful, whatever makes you centered, decide basis on that. So yes, ego is good to operate in society, but where it's always coming from awareness, or we are just blind with control, we need to see. So anything, any question? And I just want to know, when you were watching your mind, anybody would like to share what is your experience? The thoughts were coming. How? Yeah, Vanessa, please.
Oh, well, first of all, please stop calling Vinay, sir. I'm very good with Vinay. Okay, so the point I'm trying to make is right now is I've been uh, the what you're asking is when you are doing meditation, the few thoughts were coming. Yes, I find myself as an observer of those thoughts coming and going, and it was a good combination of what you spoke before this meditation and then during this meditation. It was making a lot of sense, and the topic also talks of how to you know see things differently, and you really did well to show the different way and making us visualize what exactly is a different way to live and express ourselves in a different way. However, I would really appreciate if you give us, if you not give us, like if you have any kind of framework that you can provide to the whole audience where they can start practicing. How can they start looking different? If you have some kind of framework, that's fine. If you don't have, that's fine also. Uh, and that's one perspective. Because when we move out of this session, then we can start living in the same way that you are talking about. What is the framework? What is the practice that one needs to do consistently that can make a huge difference?
Yeah, thanks, Vinayji, for asking this question. So, one thing is that whenever you are associated with thoughts, and the thoughts is generating that energy, so we need to be thoughtless. We need to be calm down. So most of the time, when you are having too much of thoughts, like your head is budging with a lot of like maybe conflict, so don't take any decision in that. And you need to just watch yourself. Am I really agitated right now or in reaction mode? So stop making any decision or stop saying. So give yourself a break. Maybe you can take a long deep breath. Maybe you can change your scenery. Maybe you can just watch yourself. So always this sakshi bhav, they say in spirituality, when you are constant observant, to the whole day, it's a 24/7 practice. The whole day we need to watch ourselves like a torchlight. We are always trying to control others. We are always trying to change other or fix others in our office, at our home, but we are never looking at ourselves. So the first point, start looking at yourself. Start looking at your habits. Start looking at your thoughts, emotions. Start looking at so not it's so fast that the reaction will came. But in that point of time, if you are able to observe yourself, and for that, the belly breathing, because in Zen Yoga, they say IESM, the four centers is there. One is your sexual center, one is your like kid center, which is always pleasure. So unless and until you have that kind of pran shakti and energy in body, so if we are depleted in pran shakti, if we are in depleted if our body is not vibrant, all our koshas, maybe you can do the physical activity, the dance, the meditation, the diet also. So everything plays a big role. But watching yourself throughout the day, being observant in Sakshi Bhav will really help you. So even if you're doing something, you fix a time in your like mobile every 1 hour. Whatever you are doing, take a break. Take a break of maybe 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Roam around. It's good for your posture and good for your body also. take a glass of water, watch yourself. Am I really centered? Am I really observant? Or my mind is at flux? So every 1 hour, if you repeat this, you will condition your mind to observe yourself. Away from all whatever you are doing, give yourself 5-10 minutes and just see. And in our meditation practice, what we try to do, we are trying to put our attention here on Sehstrara. So the way Kundalini is rising, if our attention is here, so if you start meditating and being silent, so you will see energy like coil is raising from your Mooladhara to your Sehstrara. So if your attention is on that energy, if your attention is your how the Chaitanya is flowing in your hands on your Sehstrara, so your attention is not roaming around. So you do your work, what needs to be done, what needs to be taken care of, your duties, your responsibility, bring yourself back. Bring yourself back. Always observant. Observant of, even if you are eating mindlessly, if you are being observant about it, slowly you will reduce eating, doing emotional eating. So whatever the thing is not in our consciousness and awareness, that is making us doing the compulsive thing. So if we watch in the light of attention, that will slowly, gradually vanish. So the whole work we need to do on ourselves. And if we have those kind of alarm, or maybe we are listening to something good, maybe we can have some affirmation also. Ki maybe I'm divine soul, I'm bliss, I'm peace. So if you are repeating those also with every 1 hour, so now we are training our mind to be a new you who is beyond all this body mind conditioning or labels or something. So we are conditioning also, and we are giving ourselves that break. So hope this answer your question, Vinayji. We have a lot of things, but this is the prominent practice, I mean, which we do really, and it really works. So always put your attention, scan your body, observe your breath, and put your attention where maybe we can feel vibration in our hands when we are meditating. We can feel, so always put your attention here, and allow yourself to roam around also. Just watch. So being watchful, being in Sakshi Bhav, it's a great tool to be centered. Mansi ji, you are asking something.
So first of all, thanks a lot, Pooja, for this wonderful session. There's a lot of stuff we already know, but the very fact that you put it the way you put it, and you're taking us back and forth, and putting it out, so it obviously helps, right? Really. So because I also, like, I'm a life purpose coach, I also do a lot of this stuff. But what really, when you took us back into the meditation, every time something or the other comes up, and I had a realization, and which is again amazing. What are the kind of messages that I got from my past, from my parents? And I realized that, oh my God, what I'm doing right now is also because the thought is leading to a feeling, and my actions are basically because of that, and this is what will lead to a result. So sometimes you operate because from trying to also prove it. कुछ बोला था तो आप प्रूव करने की कोशिश कर रहे हो, एंड वही आपका एक तरह से मिशन बन जाता है. एंड आई आल्सो फील दैट जो आप इवेंचुअली मिशन बना रहे हो वो भी वेयर इज इट कमिंग फ्रॉम. सो आई मीन फॉर मी इट वाज अ लॉट ऑफ थिंकिंग इन दोस 5-7 minutes, and so like really good. But I have one question. So a lot of many times we also have hurt comes, or we act in a certain way which is not so great, is because we have expectations. And it is human to have expectations. So kafi baar to, you kind of mellow it down, and you but like, how do you manage those? Because if you love somebody, if you're friends with somebody, I know abhi tak buddha nahi bane hain hum, lekin so how do you manage those? Because I think wo hai jo kafi leads to a lot of problems, at least for me.
Yeah. This is for everyone, and thanks Mansi ji for asking this question. Basically, wherever you have attachment and expectation, so the expectation, I mean, the real love is inside you, inside a lot of love inside you, everything is inside basically. And when we have expectation, the expectation at times got fulfilled, at times not. whosoever is loving you, really caring for you, maybe he or she is in a different frame of mind. Maybe he operates from his state and that's not resonating with you at that particular moment. So definitely you will feel shattered at that point of time. Or maybe you feel like he's not loving me, he's not caring for me, or my mom did this and said this was not expected from my mom or my husband or whosoever is. And maybe you trusted someone blindly, right? And that person is saying something and that person is aware of also. So it's a human 24/7. You are not able to maintain your state. So you need to detach. You need to see when you are aware. So so attachment is, they say the moh is the moh व्याधि है एक तरीके से ना, शास्त्रों में बोलते हैं कि मोह सकल व्याधीन कर मूला ताते उपजे पुण्य भव शूला. या सो अटैचमेंट नेचुरल है, एक्सपेक्टेशन भी नेचुरल है, बट आपको एक ह्यूमैनिटी वाला पार्ट वहां पे रखना होगा, काइंडनेस एंड कंपैशन. दैट पर्सन इज आल्सो डीलिंग विद हिज और ओन ड्रामा, on thinking, on conditioning, and maybe he is not centered or not aware. I also do that. So the other person can also do that. So that will give you a space. So to allow that person to be. Yeah, if I can behave mindlessly, if I can behave compulsiveness, if I can react, so other person can also. And the way that person is saying, so don't go with words. See the intention. If that person is constantly operating in a manner of hurting you, of demeaning you, intentionally doing that, then it's something you need to create boundaries there. Yeah. But if the person is really nice and maybe he's not well or not in good state of mind, maybe something in office someone is dealing with and that reaction coming on you, so you need to forgive that person. You need not to get so much attached with that kind of. You need to be always see the divinity also within us. So always relate to that divine center, and the human part we need to let go. Main is the intention. And also expectation are natural. Give and take. That's really. But all the time, at times you will give more. At times other person will give more. At times it depends. All depends on your internal state. So how we can make our state so vibrant, that is our main prime focus. If we are having those kind of people in our life, always creating disturbance, always creating that kind of feelings in us, either we need to shift ourselves, and if it's possible, we can make a distance, right? Another thing is we cannot always control other people words or feelings or thoughts or programming whatsoever they are coming from. It's a huge thing, maybe karmic also, maybe we don't know. What's their childhood, how, from where they are operating, what's their circumstances in office also. But what we can do with our diet, our mental diet, our emotional diet, our daily regime, our rituals, right? Our observation, our breath. So we need to align our body and mind. We need to be congruent. We need to be centered in ourselves. So you always experience, even if the state is worst, even if somebody is hospitalized, even if the corona, if you were balanced, you were able to take care of all the things in a very nice manner, even the situation is like haywire. Yeah. And when we are not okay in our physical health, in our mental, emotional health, somebody is bothering us, even a small word can make us like trigger like a blast. Yeah. So it's all our state. So our state, the peace is the most important thing. The contentness and satisfaction is most important thing. So all work we need to do, and we need to know that whatever we are looking outside is depend on condition, on situation, on mood of other person, on the state of other person, on the circumstances, and there are so many factors at play. But if we can take care of our inside, so we need to have that kind of understanding and wisdom. Ultimately, even if constantly we will achieve, maybe we can have so many things in our life, but if we die dissatisfied, just chasing love, chasing emotions, chasing maybe mental emotional stuff or materialistic stuff, so we will never feel full. So we need to be always centered in this truth that outside factors always keep on changing. Maybe the person who is really loving, really caring, maybe the mindset got changed and he can behave in a different manner next day. So we can't control, but inside, if we are centered, whatever is happening outside, we will take it's a different point of view, different state. Humanity is responding in a manner, and we are observant to, when we know ourselves and when we are observant to our thing, we can have, here we are empty, here we are clean, clear. We can give that peace to others. We can spread that love to others. So we need to shift. That's the all things teaching us. Yeah. So thanks all for being here, and it's a constant journey. It's not a one-day process. Meditation is 24/7, and just awareness is the key. And even if you are doing mistake, even if you are getting angry, even if you are falling in the same habit, be kind to yourself, because we always trying to control us by being critical, criticizing us, or making us fearful. Like the ego is generating the fear, and our parents also, by generating the fear, you will be like behind. So we are always. So, but we need to love ourselves. We need to take care of ourselves, nourish ourselves, and we just need to be aware and conscious. So we will continue with this series, and thank you so much for being here.